Let's have a look at this campaign that has started on Twitter. It was started by a man called Jason Ross, and he started this criming while white Twitter hashtag, talked about his own incidents at 17, sighted for booze and caught with a gun at school. No one called me a thug. Can't recommend being white highly enough. And then he went on and asked other people to appeal for it. And let's just have a quick look at some of the others. Cecily Kellogg said, at 13, I stole a car with my friends and I drove it 2 weeks before we got busted. Only one charged was black, criming while white. What do you make of this Twitter campaign?
I think the intention behind it might have been a good one, but I personally found it a little bit cringy. Some of it comes across as being quite bragging, you know, basically people saying, well, look, isn't our life great because we're white and we can get away with things? And we must remember this started around the issue of Eric Garner. And I think if I was his family, how would I feel about people basically boasting about what they can get away with? We know there are racial disparities in crime and law enforcement in America. You know, the statistics are there for everyone to see. I personally didn't find this particularly helpful.
Yeah, another example here. Aaron Way says, meeting friends for camping, 3-hour drive, black lawyer, only one with no criminal record. Only one pulled over 4 times on the way. I mean, there is a serious message behind this.
And these things do happen. Yeah.
OK, let's have a look at some of the response to this. And I think we've got Sheeda somewhere here. Here we go. I can't even imagine getting away with any of these scenarios on this criming while white hashtag. It's like 2 different worlds. And that is the point, isn't it? And that Barack Obama has been talking about, that if we've got inequality in law enforcement, we've got a big problem.
Yeah, it is 2 different worlds, but I find it interesting that this is surprising. I mean, we know American history, we know where America is, and isn't one of the reasons why people are so upset is because Eric Garner was a black man who was killed by a white officer, and, you know, there's a difference in how black men are treated under the law and by law enforcement.
Yeah, it's as if the feeling is that there are 2 justice systems, criminal justice systems, one for white people and one for black people. And that's been compounded by recent events in Ferguson and by today's decision in New York as well. Let's have a look at some more of these then. Francesca Ramsey says, I just hope people contributing to criming while white are vocal about these disparities offline. Great, you're trending, but we need action. I mean, you say it's not a surprise, but there are people on here reflecting that actually they're really shocked that this could be going on.
That shocks me that they're shocked. I mean, I think that I mean, even in London, recently walking around in a major shopping mall, I won't say which it was, but I was followed around. You know, I would think, or maybe this is my assumption, maybe it's wrong, that for a lot of black people, we know that, you know, we're treated differently. We know that if a police officer stops us, even if it's in England, not even just in America, that we should act differently. I think what it is people feeling so OK with saying, I committed a crime and I got away with it. I think that's what's the shock.
Yeah, that's exactly the point that Yolanda's making here. White privilege is confessing criminality on the criming while white hashtag without any fear of reprisal. Let that sink in. That's exactly your point, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
OK, Lola, thank you very much.
Thank you.